What's up, everybody? Welcome back to our channel here on We the Dreamers. I'm Kate, and today I'm really excited to kick off our Closet Detox challenge with part 1, which is to prep before the purge. So cleaning out our closet is nothing new, right? We've all condoed our spaces, we've tried to see what sparks joy, we've read a million tips and tricks, there's all kinds of methods out there for, trying to figure out what it is we really want to keep in our lives from a wardrobe standpoint and what it's time to retire. For me, none of those methods have really had the amazing staying power that I had hoped they would. So my goal with this 3-part Closet Detox challenge, I'm gonna be doing it along with you, is to bring you along with me as I detox my own closet and show you the method that has worked best for me. In this video, we're gonna be focusing on the first part of that method, which is to prep before the purge. So most of the time when I've thought about detoxing my closet, it feels like something that needs to happen all in one day. And that, in and of itself, is just incredibly daunting. I think when you try to step into a major organization event, like cleaning out your closet once and for all, and you try to step into that thinking you have to do it all at once and that it's one event, you really set yourself up for failure. And I know this because I've tried to do it a million times. I've tried to say, okay, this Saturday or this weekend is gonna be my closet clean out, and by Monday I'm gonna be at Goodwill with my boxes of stuff to give away, and everything's gonna look beautiful by Monday morning when I get ready to pick my outfit for work. It's gonna be all set, I'm gonna be good, I'm gonna have my shit together, and it never ends up happening. And then you get super overwhelmed because you didn't get the whole thing done in the weekend, and then you just lose motivation because you feel bad about the fact that you couldn't make it happen. So that's why I'm test driving this 3-part method, which is to prep before the purge, and then put it all in order. So for this part 1, for the prep, we're not gonna be putting pressure on ourselves, thinking about what am I gonna give away? What app am I gonna use to sell the stuff that I decide to sell? When am I gonna go to Goodwill to drop off the stuff? This is the planning phase. This is the prepping phase. We're not there yet. The good thing about this is it's just a bite-sized part of the process, right? So when you start with a game plan and you start with just saying, okay, all I'm gonna do this weekend is prep for my eventual closet clean out. I'm just prepping. I think that puts you in a headspace where you're not trying to bite off more than you can chew. And you know that all you have to accomplish in this session is just creating a game plan and get yourself to a place where when it is time to do the purge, the hard part, the sorting through, the getting rid of things, you're set up for success and you have everything you need in place to get that job done and to get it done with clarity. So when I jumped into my own personal closet clean out journey and decided to start prepping, my closet was a disaster, like most of ours tend to be. Chances are yours is in some sort of similar state of chaos. If you're watching this, if you're one of those people who already has a beautiful minimalist capsule wardrobe, then congratulations, you probably don't need this video. But my guess is if you're here and you're still watching, then your closet probably needs a little TLC as well. So this was the state of my closet when I decided to start this series, and I said, okay, this needs some attention. What am I gonna do about it? For some background, my closet is the closet in our primary bedroom, and I'm very lucky that my husband uses the closet in our guest bedroom, which is much smaller. So I get what for me is a pretty big closet. This is definitely the biggest closet that I've had. We've always lived in places that are pretty small. In Los Angeles, our house is under 1,000 square feet. So it's not really like a true walk-in closet. I can walk in there, and so it works for me because I'm pretty short, but it's still somewhat limited in the fact that I don't know if I would necessarily call it like a true walk-in closet. Like, it's definitely not one of those walk-in closets that you see on Pinterest from these people who live in these 4,000 square foot houses and have, these like sprawling dressing room closets. It's definitely not one of those. So it can get messy pretty easily because I also really love clothes, and like most of us, I have too much stuff. So the first thing you're gonna do in prepping for the purge is to just do a high-level tidy of the situation that's going on in the closet right now. So mine was like, there were piles of stuff everywhere. I had this stool that I thought was gonna be, a great tool for me to stand on so I could reach stuff on the high shelf or get things down that were hung up too high, but I ended up just using it as like the chair in the corner of the bedroom, It was just like literally a dump zone for stuff that I was too lazy to hang back up, and it made it extremely frustrating for me to access most of the stuff that was in the closet. And so what I ended up doing was just wearing the same 6 or 7 things on and off doing laundry, and I was sad because I wasn't wearing a lot of the things that are in my closet that I really love because I couldn't get to them. So you want to start by doing this high level tidy. Just fold the stuff that's in piles on chairs or on the floor, hang things back up. Don't worry right now if it's too crowded and it looks kind of chaotic still. Just get it to a place where you can see what's going on, where you can observe what's going on in the closet. When I did this, my observations were things like, okay, I have too much stuff. That sounds obvious, but it's helpful to just declare it, right? My second observation was that I couldn't get to anything because that stool that I had put in there that I thought was gonna help me reach a bunch of stuff was piled with a bunch of clothes and it was taking up all of the floor space. That stool has to go. I have to find a different solution. My third observation was the back of the closet door isn't doing any work, and that's definitely a missed opportunity of valuable space that could be used to store a myriad of different thing. The ironic part is that when we bought this house, there were no closet doors, and I was so intent on doing this project of installing closet doors because it was driving me nuts to have to look at all of the mess. And we did install the closet door last year, and yet I haven't really put it to use. So that's definitely something that's high on my list to address. Another observation I made is that I wear a lot of boots that come up to the mid-ankle, and most of those would not fit under my shoe shelf that I had installed. Luckily, my closet system is the Alpha container store one that has the movable shelves, and so I was able to make a quick fix during this stage where I just bumped that shelf up one rung so that those shoes could fit underneath. And that just helped clear things out so I could see what was going on and the shoes weren't just in piles, you know, sitting on top of each other anymore. Once you've made some observations about what's going on in your closet, you've gotten to stand back and get a big picture view of what's working in there and what's not working. Maybe you even write down those things that you want to address. Now I would go and check out anything else that you would count as part of your wardrobe. So for me, I have this dresser here in our bedroom where I keep more foldable clothing items, and that is something that I consider as part of my closet. So I went through my drawers and did the same thing. I just made sure to fold things so I could see what I actually have in there. And if everything didn't fit, then that's okay. I try to fold it and put it in a tidy pile on the side, but I can see the stuff that I have and I can make observations. One major observation about this dresser that I've made since I got it is that you can't pull the drawers all the way out, which is unfortunate. I'm sure there's some sort of legal or like safety reason that's super legit, but it's annoying because I used to have like a rickety vintage dresser where you could pull the drawers all the way out. And it was great because I could get to the stuff in the back. I can't really get to the stuff in the back in this dresser. That is a pain point for me. So I'm making an observation that maybe I need to put some lesser used items toward the back because it's to the point where sometimes I'm too lazy to actually go through and get those items out. Oh. Nola's in here chewing a bone, so if you hear any bone chewing noises, that's why. Now that you've done a high level tidy up and taken stock of what you have, what's working and what's not working, you can ask yourself some questions about what you want out of this process. I think this is something that can be helpful sort of no matter what project you're working on, but for something like this, for something like detoxing your wardrobe and your closet, which, you know, let's face it, our wardrobes are a huge part of our daily lives. We live our lives in our wardrobe and in our clothes, and they say a lot about us, and they can really influence how we feel about our life, how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about our job, all of those things. And so maybe just do some vision exercises and envision what you would love to see your closet look like. What kind of wardrobe would you like to walk into? Would you like to wake up to? What would you like to see when you open your closet? How would you like to feel when you step into your closet or you open your dresser drawers? For me, it's always really powerful to write down and think about how I want to feel, because I think that sometimes can really be an extra motivator when I'm having to make a hard decision, or I'm feeling emotional about something, or I'm feeling guilty because my grandma gave me that sweater. It can really help at this step, during the prep step, during the planning phase, to spell those things out, to say, here's how I want to feel when I open my closet. Here's the type of person I think I want to dress like. You know, if I can envision the ideal version of myself, the highest version of myself, what's in her closet? What kind of outfits does she wear on a daily basis? What does it look like when she opens her closet? I think spelling those things out for yourself and setting some goals and setting some intentions for this project will really come in handy when you have all the stuff out on your bed or on your floor and you're feeling overwhelmed and you're trying to make hard decisions about stuff. Spelling this out in advance is going to be a little bit of a cheat sheet that you can go back to and remind yourself, oh yeah, you know what? I actually decided that I want to feel this way when I open my closet. And I don't know, does this item really help me get to a point where I'm going to feel that way? You might even decide to make a Pinterest board or a vision board of different looks that you like or different people's style who you admire. Sometimes that really helps me to create a Pinterest board or a vision board of outfits that I like, of colors that I like, of things that just help me zero in on what I would ideally love this part of my life to look like. Personally, when I'm thinking on some of these questions, I want to open my closet and feel calm. I want to feel peaceful, and I also want to feel energized and excited. I love a lot of color, I love a lot of pattern, and so my closet is definitely never going to be one of those super clean lines minimalist closets full of beige and neutral tones. Like, I don't mean peaceful in that way. I mean, I want to open my closet and feel like I love every single piece in there. I know where everything is, and everything has a purpose. I also realized in asking myself these questions that I want to be the type of person who wears more of the fun, eclectic pieces in my closet more often. So as it stands right now, I have kind of a go-to outfit formula that I wear when I'm working from home, which is great. It's usually something like I'm wearing now, like a cute button down and some jeans and some comfy shoes. But I also want to make an effort to wear the dresses, to wear the jumpsuits, to wear the fun colored blazer with something underneath it that's kind of funky. I really love those aspects of my wardrobe. They really make me feel like myself. And so I think that that is something I want out of this project. I want to make it easier for myself to grab those things and try them on. So really just ask yourself what you want out of this. If you could paint the picture, what would the end game look like? If you can envision the best version of yourself, the highest version of yourself, what does that person's wardrobe look like? What does that person's process of getting dressed look like? How do you want to feel when you open up your closet? Journal out your answers or put it somewhere digitally in something like Notion or your Notes app, whatever works for you, and make sure that it's something that you can access at the ready when it's time to detox and do the actual purge in part 2, which will be the next video. I'm really excited about it. I've come up with 5 questions that you can ask yourself to get real clarity on whether or not something belongs in your life or if it's time to send it on to greener pastures. I'd love to hear from all of you, so let me know in the comments what you observed about your wardrobe, what's working and what's not working in your closet, in your dresser, and also let me know what you wrote down in terms of what you want out of this project, what your ultimate goals are, and how you want to feel when you open up your closet and when you get dressed in the morning. I'm really excited to hear your answers, and I'm really excited to be on this organization journey together. It's gonna be super fun. Thanks so much for joining me in this Closet Detox challenge, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next videos and all of our other series about designing your home and designing your life, and I will see you all in the next video.